everybody, welcome back to the air conditioning. It's air conditioned here. This is Foreplay Sports Bar. Drop in, get out of the heat. I'm Taylor, that's Keilback, this is Major Misconduct, and we're on 360Winnipeg.ca. We've talked football, we've talked a little baseball. We would be remiss if we didn't talk a lot of hockey. The Winnipeg Jets have made their free agent signings, I suppose, but there are still some people out there. The big names went, Suter and Parise. Did it surprise you that they both went to Minnesota?
Yes, very much so. I mean, Minnesota's not the team you normally associate with a gathering of the clan, so to speak, and getting the free agents and spending a whole lot of money. It's a team that does well at the gate, but people were beginning to sour on the franchise. I guess they had to do something, so they took a big splash. I don't know that necessarily brings them to the level they have to be, because they're in a pretty tough division, but especially, you know, depending on how much the Edmonton Oilers improve, because that's such a young, exciting hockey club. So, I mean, it's a big move, it's an exciting move, but it sells tickets, and it certainly creates a situation where that whole division is that much more interesting. It
certainly sells tickets, because you're bringing a guy, Parise, who's local. His dad still lives there. He owns a house there.
Did you see where his dad, they had a contract that his dad signed, and they were showing it around in 1972. He played for $29,000. Now his son, who's not as good, is playing for $13 million.
Yeah, so is Ryan Suter. Ryan Suter's a pretty good player, though.
Yeah, Zach Parise is a pretty good player, too. But I remember Jean-Paul Parise. I remember him being in the 1972 Summit Series.
Yeah, in the Summit Series.
Yeah,
he was a great player.
I mean, you didn't play on that team unless one of two things happened. You were either very good or you played in the WHA, then you couldn't play, of course, as was the case with Bobby Hull.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, he played for $29,000. Come back to me again on why there might be a lockout.
Well, there might be a lockout. It would seem to me that if I were the Players Association, I'd just say, let's re-sign this thing, let's re-up and go. Yeah. Because the salary cap's gone to $70 million with the floor at 54.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
so you've got to pay.
You got the gravy train rolling.
$9 million. Don't put the brakes on the gravy train. Just let it keep rolling.
You mentioned Ole Jokinen, and that kind of surprised me when I heard the Jets assigned Ole Jokinen. I thought, oh, I saw this guy in Phoenix. I mean, no, that's a mistake. The guy does nothing. And then all of a sudden I came across a quote from Brent Sutter, who coached the Calgary Flames last year, who said Ole Jokinen was his best forward. Now, he played on the same team as Jarome Iginla, and I mean, Calgary didn't have a great year, but Brent Sutter's not the kind of guy who's inclined to say that. So he must have seen a different Ole Jokinen, and the Jets must have seen a different Ole Jokinen than most of the rest of us have seen.
Well, the great thing about Ole Jokinen is he made Jarome Iginla go from 86 points to 67 points. And No, he wasn't checking. No, he was his center. 19-point different. I don't know. The whole Ole Jokinen thing to me is just, we have to get to the floor, so we better give somebody some money.
And we need a big center. Well, yeah, but if you had a big center, you think kind of a guy that might be, I don't know, a little more all-inclusive either in terms of what he does or physicality. And I don't think you get that from Ole Jokinen. But then again, you go back to what Sutter said. So maybe we're seeing this thing wrong, and the proof will be in the pudding, because
maybe it will, but I do want to talk about some players that are still available, and I want to talk about Jets players that are available, both Jets 1.0 and Jets 2.0 that are out there still in the free agent market, as we continue with Major Misconduct. Taylor Keilback live from Foreplay Sports Bar on 360Winnipeg.ca.